Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Tom or Gummy, and today we are back for another statue tutorial. Today, continuing with the Five Nights at Freddy's World series, the most requested thing ever. So hopefully you enjoyed the previous tutorial, which was the Adventure Freddy, and today we are doing Adventure Foxy, the second one in the series. As I mentioned in the previous video in the intro, I'll be doing the 4 characters on this channel as kind of like a promotion slash starter for the series, and then I'll be continuing over on my second channel where I'll be uploading it weekly, and then on here it'll be the 4 videos every week. So the next one being Adventure Bonnie will come out next Saturday. So I do hope you're enjoying. And if you are, definitely consider leaving a like. Again, the support on the channel and this series in particular is insane. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, today we are doing the Adventured Foxy. I lost my train of thoughts there. It's a pretty simple statue. Again, it's a bit of a rework of the original. Strictly speaking, it's not completely accurate to the in-game. If you want to make it completely accurate, and I'll discuss it in the actual video, rather than using the white stained clay, you're going to want to use the orange stained clay, but for purposes of making it look nice, I've used the white stained clay. But again, I'll talk about that more in the video, so hopefully you do enjoy, and stay subscribed, stay tuned for the next few videos. So yeah, until then, I'll see you in the tutorial. Okay guys, so the blocks you'll need to build the statue are the following. You'll need grey wool, black wool, brown stained clay, red stained clay, white stained clay. Alternatively, if you want to make it more accurate to the actual version in-game, use orange stained clay for this, but I'll point this out later on in the video. You'll also need quartz, orange wool, black stained clay, and potentially a map if you want to make your life a tad easier. So if you want to pause here, grab them blocks into your inventory, that'll be great, and then we can get on into building. Okie dokie, so in regards to the whole orange and white stained clay, I guess, problem. So originally when I designed this, I used white stained clay because it looks nicer. It looks a lot nicer. But in actual like realism terms to the actual game, it's very much orange. He's a very two-toned color, so it's red and orange. In this case, I've kind of made it red and peach. So it's up to you. You can use the white stained clay. If you don't want to use that, then you can chuck it away. You don't need that. You'll just need the orange stained clay. And again, if you want to make it more realistic to the game, then feel free to use the orange stained clay. If you want to make it look super nice, in my opinion, then feel free to use white. Again, it's your choice. Do what you want. It's your statue. Okie dokie. So with that said and done, what we're going to start off by doing is placing the left leg. So the legs are smaller because they're thin. They're the endoskeleton legs. So what we're going to do is place a row of 3 grey wool, and in front of that, 3 more grey wool. We're going to leave a 2-block gap in between and place 3 more grey wool, and then in front of that, 3 grey wool. So essentially, that is the legs. Now we're just going to build them up. So what we're going to do is build up 2 layers on top of each one. So like this, and then 2 layers on this one as well. And that will give you a 3x3 square if you're looking at it from the front, and a 2x3 square if you're looking at it from the, or 2x3 rectangle, should I say, if you're looking at it from the sides. Okie dokie. So next what we're going to do, and this is again like another additional detail you can add if you want to, it's not compulsory, is you can add 1 stone brick stair on the end, leave a 1-block gap, place 1, and on the right one, 1 on the end, gap, 1 on the end. Okay, so again, it's not compulsory, it's just an added detail, and in fact let me grab andesite into my inventory as well, because we can potentially use that later on as well. Okie dokie, let me grab another map, seeing as I chucked it away. Perfect. So, it should be looking like this so far. Next, what we're going to do is get our black wool, and we're going to place on top of this grey wool, at the back, 3 blocks on either side. 1, 2, 3, there you go. And then what we're going to do is in the middle block on the front row, we're going to place 1 black wool, and on top of that, place a 2x3 of grey wool. On top of this 2x3 of grey wool, we're going to place another 2x3 of grey wool, and that will be the final layer of this I guess endoskeleton legs, which you can see here. So from the sides it should look something like this. Again, it will look slightly different if you're not using the claws. I don't know why you wouldn't know, in fairness. It does make it look a tad better. So what we're going to do now is get our brown stained clay, and we're going to start working on the upper part of the legs and working our way into the body. So starting off, we're going to work on the left leg. So right in front of this grey wool here, the top layer, we're going to leave 1-block gap, place 1 brown stained clay, leave a gap, 1 brown stained clay, gap, clay, gap, clay, like so. So it should be 4 brown stained clay in total, and then on top of that we're going to place a row of 8 brown stained clay. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It should link up perfectly like so. Now essentially that's technically the first layer of the legs, and we're going to work our way around the legs in a second. But for now it should look something like this. So for the sides of the legs, simply all we're going to do is come around to the sides, of course. And above here, we're going to bring it backwards 1, 2, 3. And on this side, again, 1, 2, 3. Now, it doesn't actually overhang at the sides, and you can change that if you want. Feel free to also change this to brown stained clay, these 2 grey walls either side. This one you might want to be a bit more reluctant to, but again, feel free to if you want to. It doesn't actually look that bad if you do it. So, coming around to the back side, what we're going to do is link this together by placing 6 brown stained clay in the middle. And then we're going to do the same as what we did at the front side, so we're going to alternate it. So we are going to start off by placing one block gap on the right side, block, gap, block, gap, block, gap, block. So it should look something like that. So essentially it's mirrored to the front side, so that all the lines match up. And then what you can go ahead and do is fill this whole section in here above using brown stained clay, so we don't have a massive gap right there. Okay, so right now it should look like this. If you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. Again, if you don't need to, again, you're more than welcome to continue. But just for reference, it should be looking like this from the front side, this from the left side, this from the back side, and then the right side. Okay, beautiful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, on the front side, I'll just place a quartz to point out which side is the front side. It's the part with the claws. We're going to start off on the left side. We're going to place 2 brown stained clay, 1 black wool, 2 brown, black, 2 brown. And from this black wool, on the left side, we're going to go up diagonal to left and up 1. Right side, we're going to go up diagonal to right and up 1. And it will give you something that looks like this. Then what we're going to do is on the left side, on top of this brown stained clay here, we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4. We do the exact same on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we bring everything else up to the same height to match, simply just placing brown stained clay. So it's nice and simple, and once you've done that, it will look something like this, and that is essentially the legs complete. So right now, it should be 12 blocks tall. Easy way to prove that and why we're using a map. You can see here that the Y level, in this case, is Y5. Now up here, it should be Y17. As you can see, it's Y17. Again, yours might vary. Your Y level might be, for example, 4, so it should be Y16, or it could even be 10, and it would be Y22. So yeah, just bear in mind it should be 12 blocks from ground level. You can check that out by looking at your map on console, or by pressing F3 on the PC. Okie dokie, so with that said, what we're going to do now is move around to the sides and making them come up to the same height, so essentially bringing them to the same point. So what we're going to do is go around to the left side, and we're simply going to place 1 layer, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th layer we're going to place 1 brown stained clay, 2 black wool. So again, essentially at the sides you're only placing 3 blocks because we've already got 1 here, but it's essentially 5 layers of brown stained clay. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th and final layer is brown, 2 black, brown. From the sides, once you've done that, it should look something like this. And the other side is the exact same. So what we're going to do is simply just do 1 layer, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 2 middle blocks on the top layer are black wool. It should look like that. Again, if you want to make it like a little less symmetrical, what you could do is maybe alternate these so you have it going like maybe this. But the reason why I chose not to do that is because I don't really like how it doesn't match up in the middle. It kind of gives the illusion that there are blocks there when there isn't, which is something I'm not too happy about, which is why I'm having it so it matches up at the front side. But again, it's up to you. Feel free to edit what you want, do what you want, because it's your build after all. Okay, so again, with regards to the sides, this is the left side of the legs, and this is the right side of the legs, and then finally this is the back side so far, which is what we're going to work on finishing now. So for the back side, it's essentially the same as the front side. So what we're going to do is, starting off on the left side on the 2nd layer of brown stained clay here, the 2nd solid layer should I say, we're going to place 1 brown stained clay, 1 black, 1 brown, 1 black, 2 brown, black, brown, And then on the left side, we're going to go up diagonal, up 1. Right side, we're going to go up diagonal to right, up 1. And then we're going to fill the whole rest of the gap in using brown stained clay up to the same height level as this part right here. Okie dokie, so that's what it should look like once you've done that. And if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. Alternatively, if you're all good to go, then let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to remove this because it's distracting me. So what we're going to do now is move on to the upper body and the arms. So starting at the front side, of course where the claws are, we're going to start on the left side. We're going to place 1 brown stained clay, 6 black wool, 1 brown. And then what we're going to do is mark out where the hands start, or where the arms start, should I say. So on the left side, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. And on the right side, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right side using grey wool. And that essentially marks out where the hands start and gives us a nice marker point to use later on in the tutorial, so we don't actually have to come back and count, because who likes counting? So, next what we're going to do, we're not going to worry about the arms for now, we'll come back to that later on in the video. So on top of this brown stained clay here, we're going to place 1 black wool, 6 red stained clay, 1 black wool. On top of that, we're going to place 2 red stained clay, 4 white stained clay, 2 red, and then we do the exact same again, so 2 red, 4 white, 2 red. Now this is where I talk about how you could use orange stained clay if you wanted to. It would be more realistic to the in-game character if you used orange stained clay, because that's how he looks, and I'll show you at the end what it does look like if you use orange stained clay. But again, for now I'll be using white stained clay because it's my personal preference. Okay, so again, right now we're 4 layers into the body. 1, 2, 3, 4. Onto the 5th layer, what we're going to do is place 1 red stained clay. We're then going to place 6 white stained clay and 1 red. On top of that, we're going to place 1 red, 2 white, 2 grey, 2 white, 1 red. On top of that, we're going to place 1 red, 4 white, 1 grey, 1 white, 1 red. So right now it should be looking like this. The next row is 1 red, 1 white, 1 black wool, 4 white, 1 red stained clay. The next one is 1 red stained clay, 1 white, 1 black, 2 grey, 2 white, and then finally 1 red stained clay. So again, should be looking like this so far. I keep on trying to give you opportunities to pause if you need, so definitely take advantage of that. The next row is 1 red, 2 white, 3 grey, 1 white, 1 red, and then the final 2 layers is 2 red, 4 white, 2 red. So we're going to do that twice, and that will bring you up to here, which in this case is Y29. As you can see here, Y29, that's 24 blocks from ground level. So again, you can do the maths if yours is slightly different. It's 24 blocks off of ground level. And it should look something like this. So that's a 12 by 8 rectangle from this block here to this block up here. And that is the body complete. Now again, if you want to replace the white stained clay with orange stained clay, you are more than welcome to do so. And I'll show you at the end what it looks like. In fact, I might whack an image right here on screen to save you the hassle of going to the end of the video, just so you have a comparison. Apologies for my chair squeaking, I don't know why it's doing that, and it won't stop now. So moving on, body, or should I say front of body complete. Moving on, we're going to go onto the left arm now. So the first layer of the left arm, which we have here, is grey wool. The second layer is 4 grey wool as well, so the arm essentially is 12 tall, 4 wide. The third layer is 4 black wool. The 4th, 5th, and 6th layer is red stained clay. The 7th layer is black wool. And then the 8th to 12th layers are red stained clay. So just to give you a rundown of what we just did, it's 2 layers of grey wool, each row being 4 wide, 1 layer of black wool, 3 layers of red stained clay, 1 layer of black wool, and then 5 layers of red stained clay. Now the other side is the exact same, so we can go ahead and imitate that. If you want to skip ahead, you're more than welcome. So the first layer is 4 grey. Second layer is 4 grey as well. The third layer is 4 black wool. The 4th, 5th, and 6th layer is red stained clay. The next layer is black wool. And then the next 5 layers, or should I say final 5 layers, is red stained clay. again, I kind of went over that just to double check that you guys are all good, and hopefully you are. But once you've done that, you should have something that looks like this. And you know what I'm about to say, so I'm not going to say it, but please, 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 do not continue if you haven't got something looking like this, because it just makes your life so much more difficult, and I don't know why you'd want to do that. But yeah, I guess that's all I can say. So do what you want to do, and I'm going to move on to the sides of the arms. So coming around to the side of the left arm, what we're going to start off by doing is coming to the grey wall here. We're going to be on the back side, and we're going to expand it backwards 1, 2, 3, all the way across, like so, until it gives you a 4x4 square from below. And we're going to do the exact same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, expand it backwards, and then from below it should be a 4x4 square of grey wall. So coming around to the left side of the body, we are presented with something that looks like this. Again, it's 12 tall, 4 wide, but we've already got one row here complete, so we're only placing 3 blocks on each row. So the first and second row is grey wall. The next row is 3 black wall. The next 3 rows is red stained clay. Again, it's just matching up to the side blocks. The next row is black wall. And then the next 5 rows is red stained clay. That'll bring you up to the same height level as this block here. And it should look something like this. That is a 12x4 square, or rectangle should I say, if I'm actually doing proper maths here and giving the shapes their right name. And the other side, thankfully, is the exact same. So if you want to skip ahead, feel free to do so. I'm going to talk you guys through it nevertheless for anyone that does need to. But yeah, feel free to skip if you are alright with doing this on your own. So as I said, this side is the exact same. So the first 2 layers is grey wall. The next layer is black wall. We have 3 layers of red stained clay, a layer of black wall, and then 5 layers of red stained clay. Once you've done that, you have yourself a 12x4 rectangle. There we go, got it right this time. And yeah, we can now move on to adding the legendary hook. So again, this is kind of like an additional thing. You don't have to add this, but I thought I'd chuck it in because last time I didn't add the hook straight away in the video. I added it later on in the video. And I think that was the most commented thing on the video, that there wasn't a hook, even though there was, just saying guys, on the original Foxy. But yeah, it was near the end of the video, so I understand, I appreciate why some of you thought there wasn't. But I'm going to chuck this right in the middle of the video, so hopefully you guys all see it. So, anyways, you can use polished andesite, you can use stone, whatever you want to do. I didn't include it in the original materials because it's not a compulsory thing. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. But I'm going to do it using polished andesite. So what we're going to do is go over to the left hand here underneath. And right in the smack bang middle, we're going to place a 2x2 of andesite. So there should be a 1 block gap on either side. On the front side, so again, this is the front side here. We're going to bring it forwards diagonal and to side 1. We're then going to bring it down 1 layer, so place 2 blocks underneath. And then we're going to bring it back in diagonal towards the back side and to side 1. And it links and makes a shape like that. And it's also 2 wide, and that is our hook. So nice and simple. Simple but effective. You can tell it's a hook, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the hook. It's very, very easy. And yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. There's not much I really can say about that because it's just super, super simple. So with that said and done, we're now going to move around to the back side of the statue and fill in this gap here, which is the back of the body. So we're going to work on the back of the arms first, seeing as the back of the body is plain. So the back of the left arm, or back of the right arm, but in this case it's the left arm, is simply the same as the other side, so we're just matching up with the side blocks. So it's 2 layers of grey wool, a layer of 3 black, 3 layers of red stained clay, a layer of black, 5 layers of red stained clay, and then the other arm is the exact same. Again, copy it if you want, I'm going to talk you through it anyways. So first 2 layers, again, is grey wool. Then we have the layer of black wool, 3 layers of red stained clay, a layer of black wool, and then 5 layers of red stained clay. That'll bring you to the top level, if I can actually place blocks properly. There we go. And yeah, that's what it should look like. And as I mentioned before, this whole area here is simply red stained clay. So all we're going to do is build up 12 blocks using red stained clay on top of the brown stained clay that we had pre-existing from the trouser level. Or from the, I guess, leg level. Yeah, leg level, I guess, is the better way of putting it. So yeah, it's a 12x8, 12 tall, 8 wide of red stained clay. Nice and simple. The reason I didn't add any detail is it's really difficult to actually see like a view of what Foxy looks like. I guess, from the back. So that's why I've kept it nice and simple. It's better to not add detail that you can't see than it is to just keep it plain and simple. At least that's how I feel. But hey, what do I know? So again, back of the body, 12 by 8 red stained clay. Back of each arm, 12 by 4, consisting of 2 layers of grey, 1 layer of black, 3 layers of red, 1 layer of black, and 5 layers of red. Beautiful. So coming up to the top side now, we've got the shoulders. We're simply going to fill this in using our red stained clay, so nice and easy. And that's a 16 wide by 4 deep area, and it will look like that. Okie dokie, so now our body is complete. I'm going to get rid of our arm, or my arm should I say. I'm going to chop it right off and do a little spin around before we move on, just in case any of you guys haven't got something looking like this. Definitely go back in the tutorial, see where things haven't gone to plan. And if you need a more personalised support, then definitely comment down below in the comment section, and I'll try and get back to you ASAP. Again, bear in mind there is only one of me, so if I don't reply within 2 minutes, I'm not a customer support service line. I don't have workers replying. So yeah, bear with me, but I will try my best. Deep down, I will honestly try and reply as soon as possible. If I don't, it may be because YouTube didn't show the comment to me, which is not a common, not an uncommon thing, should I say, these days. YouTube isn't too reliable when it comes to actually showing me the comments that you beautiful people leave behind on my videos. But yeah, if I do see them, I will try and reply ASAP. Okie dokie, so moving on to the head, what we're going to do now is start off by building the template, as always. So we're going to go to the left side of the front, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to the right side, and on the 5th block we're going to place a red stained clay, bring it 2 forwards. We're going to do the exact same on the right side. So on the right side we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 5th block we're going to place a red stained clay, bring it 2 forwards, and then we're going to link them together, and if you've done it correctly there should be a 6 block gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. So once you've done that, that's an 8 by 2 overhang, and that is the front side. What we're then going to do is come around to the side and expand it backwards 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the other side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then link them together as well, and that'll give you another 8 by 2 overhang, and in total, as you can see here, an 8 by 8 square. So this is the template for the head. We got front side face, left side, right side, back side, and then of course the top on top. But we're going to work on the front side now, otherwise known as the face. So for the face, the first 2 layers is simply 8 red stained clay. So we've got the first layer done, which is simply just a second layer now. On top of this, in fact, we can add another 2 layers of red stained clay. So 4 layers of red stained clay, or should I say 8 red stained clay. Then what we're going to do, and again this is depending whether you're using the white or orange stained clay, we're then going to go ahead and place right in front of these 2 layers we just placed a row of 8 white stained clay, or a row of 8 orange stained clay, again depending on what you're using, and then the second layer is 3 white or 3 orange, 2 black, and then 3 white or 3 orange. So hopefully you understand that. The first 2 layers is red stained clay, 8 red stained clay to be precise, and then the next 2 layers have got this 3D effect here, which is the nose / mouth. So talking of mouth, what we're going to do is get our block of quartz, and on the left side underneath this white stained clay we're going to leave a block, place quartz, leave block, place 2, leave block, place quartz, and then there should be a 1 block gap on the end, and once you've done that it will look like this. Alternatively, you can use white wool, and I'll show you what that looks like real quick, because it has a bit of a texture to it, so it makes it look a tad different. There you go. In fact, I kind of like that, so I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the main structure of the body, so we're going to leave this 3D effect here. We're going to go back to the main body, and then we're going to place 5 red stained clay, 1 orange stained clay, 1 quartz, and 1 red stained clay. The next row we're going to place again 5 red stained clay, this time 1 orange wool, 1 quartz, and 1 red stained clay. The next row is 1 red stained clay, 2 black stained clay, 2 red, that's not red, that's brown, and then 2 black, 1 red. So it should look something like this. In fact, what you could do, if you really wanted to, it's going to be covered up anyways, but if you're not doing the version with the eye patch, you could even place 2 quartz there, and on the lower block, place an orange stained clay, upper block, orange wool, and then you have the 2 official eyes. But again, it doesn't really matter in this case because we're going to be covering it up with an eye patch. So the final layer is 8 red stained clay, and once you've done that, it should look something like this, and that's an 8x8 square. Again, this eye isn't compulsory because it's going to be covered up anyways. I thought I'd just add it to show you that it could be done, but it's not too important. Okay, so next what we're going to do is get our black wool, and on top of this eye, or where this eye would be, we're going to place a 2x2 of black wool. On the upper block, we're going to go 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and then from the right side, we're going to go up diagonal twice using black wool, and there's our eye patch. So that's the reason why we're not really focusing on building an eye there, unless you don't want to build the eye patch, and you're more than welcome to do so. And again, another reason why I prefer to use the orange stained clay here rather than the white stained clay is because otherwise the eye merges with the nose, which is awfully weird. I guess you could use orange wool for the eye, but I like it two-toned because it just makes it look so much more detailed and so much more fancy. Okie dokie. So again, that's the front side. Bear in mind the mouth / nose area / eye patch is all 3D on top. So that's the 3rd block overhang, but the rest is 2 block overhang. So coming around to the left side, and for the rest of the sides in fact, what we're going to do is simply just build up 7 and work our way around. So the left side, the right side, the back side is all just 8x8 squares of red stained clay with details put on top, so 3D effects on top. So simply all we're going to do is work our way around the template here, building up 7 all the way around, and once we finish and loop back around to the front side, that will give us 3 8x8 surfaces of red stained clay, which we can then go ahead and work on, which is super nice and super easy. So we're nearly there, only a few more rows. Simply just building up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it's 8 in total, but we've already got the 1 block on the lower part, so it's 7 in this case. Okay, so as you can see, on the left side, we have 8x8 of red stained clay. Back side, 8x8, and left side, or should I say right side? I can't tell my left or right, 8x8. Perfect. So what we're then going to do is on the left side, right here, next to this eye patch, we're going to leave a 1 block gap here, so just on top of the red stained clay, not next to this black wool here, we're going to place 8 black wool in a row in line with the eye patch strap here. So it's essentially the 3rd from top row, aka the 6th row, and again that's a 3D effect. So then what we're going to do is come around to the back side, and again we're going to leave a gap in the corner, and right here in line, or the 6th row, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 black wool. Then we're going to go up diagonal, but this time we're not actually building on top, we're building in. So we're going to punch out 2 red stained clay and replace it with 2 black wool there, and this is how we're going to link it back to the front side and connect it and make everything link up and make it perfect. Okay, so that's the back side again. Coming around to the right side, nothing is here, it's plain, it's simple, which is always cool. So for the top side, what we're then going to do is try and work this strap to link to that side. So what we're going to do here is this red stained clay right next to the black wool, we're going to replace with black wool. We're then going to go diagonal to left, or diagonal to right, sorry, forwards 1, now diagonal to left, forwards 1, diagonal to left, and forwards 1, and it should link up diagonally to the black wool we placed right there. And then the remaining gaps, we're going to simply fill it in using red stained clay. So just filling it all in using red stained clay, and that will give you a flat surface, which should, if you have followed correctly, look like this. Okay, so the final 2 steps is the little tuft of hair and the ears. As you can see, it looks a bit weird without... I always refer to it as looking like a seal because of the teeth. I don't know where I got that from, but it does. It reminds me of a seal. Maybe it's just me. But what we're going to do is at the front side, we're going to come to the left corner, 2nd row in, leave a 2 block gap, place 4 red stained clay, and on top of that, leave a 1 block gap, 2 red, and then 1 block gap. And that's the little tuft of hair. For each ear, what we're going to do is we're going to get our white stained clay, and we're going to count in on the left side 2 blocks, and on the 3rd one we're going to place a white stained clay. We're going to do the exact same on the right side, so 3rd block in, white stained clay. To the left of that, on the left side, we're going to place 1 red stained clay up to right, and then from there, from this block here, we're going to go to left, up to the right, and that gives us an ear shape. And then for the right side, we do the exact same, so we go 1 to right, up to the left, and then from this 1 block in the corner, we go up to right, down, it links back together and makes an ear shape like that. And once you've done that, you have got your very own Adventure Adventure Foxy. There we go, we got there, second time lucky. So yeah, let me get rid of my arm for the second time in this video. It's gonna need a few stitches, I guess. We've been chopping it off a lot. But yeah, that's what it looks like once you're done. And I'll do a little spin around of the head. So again, just for reference, the head is 8x8x8, 8 tall, 8 wide, 8 thick. All the 3D details are built on top, so don't really count in those measurements, but hopefully it's pretty self-explanatory with the measurements I explained earlier on, as well as the brief explanation. So yeah, that is your Adventure Foxy, I was about to say Adventure Freddy, complete. Again, feel free to change the white stained clay to orange if you want it to be strictly accurate to the game. I'll add another picture on screen right now to show you what it looks like with the orange stained clay. If you want to go down that route, I know it's a bit late, but you can always change it. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you enjoyed. Again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, definitely consider leaving a like, because a lot of work went into this series as well as the statues. And also check out the equivalent video on the second channel, which I'm not actually sure what it is today. I think it might be DD from FNAF World, so I'll leave a link to that. As I said in the previous tutorials, I'm doing a bonus video. I was about to say a second video. It kind of is a second video a week on the second channel, GB Games Creations, of a FNAF World character. So the main ones are going on the second channel, and then the adventure characters are going on this one. So anyways, hopefully you'll check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. Right now there's a little bit on there, and then I believe it's DD going live today. So hopefully you'll enjoy that, and yeah, hopefully you'll stick around, subscribe for more content on the channel. Thank you for all your support recently, it's been insane. And yeah, until next time, my name's been Tom or Gummy, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?